Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our health series here. Today is Tuesday, and this is the second day here that I'm doing this little health series. And today is for mature audiences only, for those people that may be sexually active, if you catch my drift. Some of you shouldn't be sexually active because, as you know, I talk about that a lot on this channel, that you really should wait to have sex with somebody that you're going to share your life with. Without getting all into that, I want to share some very valuable information for you about sexually transmitted things that you may or may not know about, that you can take care of, and that I have researched and given my clients some homeopathic remedies that have truly helped them with certain viruses that they have caught and such. Also, I'm going to talk today about some other things that might be happening for you, such as chronic UTIs, yeast infections, BV, bacterial vaginosis, which men can get that as well, can get the same type of symptoms. And I'm going to talk about a few other things in here that I think is very valuable information that you should all know. Well, having said that, guys, this is my second day on my all liquid diet, and I'm pretty surprised that this is really keeping me full, and it's surprisingly keeping me full. The only time I felt really hungry was when I randomly woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to go pee, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. So my body thought that I was up, and that's what it does. It's like, we're up, let's go get something to eat. And so I had the hunger pangs, and I had to just like ignore them and go, try to get myself to go back to sleep. But all in all, I'm pretty surprised. I know that the brain fog will continue. They said about till the fourth day. Yeah, I'm a little like groggy. Memory's a little weird, not really very sharp, but apparently that will go away by the fourth day. So you can be the, you can let me know what you think of that as you guys are watching me throughout this week. Do this liquid diet. Again, I'm not going to tell you any of these protocols I'm doing unless I know that they work. I'm trying this out and everything that has been told to me for 3 months straight. And then I'll let you know if I see the results I'm praying and hoping for. So let's get started today, guys. Okay? Your health down there. I will be sipping on this throughout the video. Please excuse me. I have to continue to drink fluids all day. Okay. Many people in this community suffer when they are with a narcissist. They are suffering from chronic UTIs, yeast infections, or both, or BV, and possibly even cystitis. Okay, and there's a lot of different theories out there as to why people get BV, what happens with chronic yeast infections, UTIs. But I'm here to tell you today that a lot of traditional doctors out there do not have their crap together. They're not involved in the narcissistic community. They're not hearing these things, and they're not paying attention. So I'm going to tell you everything that I know today about why that is happening to you and what you need to do about it. Also, for those of you that I'm going to give you some preventative tips so that if you feel these symptoms just even slightly coming on, you know exactly what to do. You have the products within your home, and you can take care of it right away and ditch that partner you're with, because I'm telling you right now, most likely, if this is happening to you all of a sudden, when none of us you've never had a problem with this before, you haven't changed your diet, you haven't changed the type of underwear you're wearing, which we'll get into that. You haven't changed detergents, soaps, anything like this, and you're constantly getting these things. Yeah, it's because your partner, most likely, that you people are on my channel for a reason, because you have an abusive, narcissistic partner. Most of them cheat, you guys. Most of them cheat. Okay, they have that in them. That's what they're going off and doing. They enjoy leading a double life. And so you got to take what I'm going to tell you today very seriously and make sure you're doing everything you can, because these issues can lead to even bigger issues if you don't tackle it head on and do what you need to do and get them tested for yeast and things like this, because they're the ones carrying this crap and giving it to you. Why? Because they're going around town and sleeping with other people, and then they're coming home and bringing you all this junk and viruses and mess. And so yeah, so let's talk. First of all, let's talk some preventatives. Okay, your pH all of a sudden is different. You have a naturally, normal smelling pH, and you're starting to notice that your pH is a little bit off. The first thing you need to check to eliminate any of these areas, to making sure you're taking care of over here before we get into over here, it very well could be your partner doing this to you, because you see, when you sleep with a lot of people, your flora is all messed up. And for a lot of men, for my ladies right now, you need to hear me. A lot of the men, they're carriers and they don't get any of the symptoms, but they give it to you. You're the one that has, everything's going inside of you. Remember this, where it is wreaking havoc in your body. It's affecting your immune system. It's affecting your nervous system. It's affecting a lot of different areas. You may or may not know that you have an old virus somehow stuck within your body that you need to make sure you're working towards getting out, and that you're having your doctor do specific blood panels. You could have a hidden hepatitis going on in your body that you don't even realize. Okay. So first thing you want to eliminate the problem is, make sure it could be the soaps that you're using. It could be your laundry detergent causing this. It could even be your diet. I talk a lot about the alkaline diet, and I encourage all of you to go on Google, go to Google Images under alkaline diets, and check those pyramids and menus that they give on what to eat under an alkaline diet, because this certainly could be your problem. Okay, you could be drinking way too much alcohol, way too much caffeine, on top of your partner's going out and cheating. All these things can be contributing to the problem down there. And you need to eliminate any of these pathways that it could be potentially getting in. Ladies especially, you should be wearing cotton white underwear. Why? Because cotton is not going to harvest bacteria and things like this. And it needs to be a light color, because viruses and all these bacteria and things grow in dark environments. So you don't want to wear that. Keep things all natural down there, ladies. Use glycerin soaps down there, or use Dove unscented. Those are really good products to use down there, but don't use anything else. Don't use any of those douching products. Those are all terrible for you. Don't use anything down there that is, people think, oh, I'm going to go sit in like a tub full of vinegar. Don't do those things. That's actually going to make it a lot worse. Now, some people swear by these sea salt baths that I tell you guys about, where you could, okay. Cats are getting all excited talking about yeast infections here. I think, they know I'm back in the living room. They're showing off for all you guys. Yeah, I haven't done a video in this room in a long time. So those are the best products for you to use, and don't use these products that swear that they're going to fix your pH. They actually make it worse. Don't do any of those things. Oh, I was saying, some people swear by a sea salt bath, and they put 1 cup of apple cider vinegar in the bath. I've done this before, with like a few drops of tea tree oil. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, or a few drops of lavender oil, not by much, because those oils carry quite a bit, and that's not going to hurt you. But anything else, I'd steer clear from. Okay. Now, getting back to BV, ladies. BV. A lot of women I work with that have been abused by narcissists have had chronic BV. meaning that they can't get their pH. Now, this is why it's very serious to not sleep with people, you guys, until you absolutely know who you're dealing with. And in my opinion, it shouldn't be until you're going to call that person your wife or husband. Okay, but we all know how I feel about that. I've talked about that on the channel. I've talked about why I've come full circle on why I believe that. And also, it's truly what God says, and I know there's a reason for these rules, and you shouldn't go outside of them, because this is when you get into some trouble. However, I know people that are married that didn't realize their partner was leading a double life and continues to give them BV. And what happens is you can't get your flora to get back to your own again. And you're getting chronic BV, which is that your pH is constantly getting off. Like it's off, and then it's if weeks later, a month later, it comes back. Okay. So here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. Obviously, you need to go to the doctor and be checked for bacterial vaginosis, and see if they do a culture test, and see if there's any culture that is saying that you have that. But a lot of times it doesn't catch it. It doesn't catch it. Now, there was a gynecologist that I was watching years ago on TikTok who was very smart. And I suffered from this, you guys. So I don't mind talking about this today because it's real life. And a lot of women went through this with a cheating partner. And it's horrible. And so, yeah. And it all started for me when my ex-husband was doing this. And yeah. So this gynecologist on TikTok was talking about what you also may want to try if you constantly keep getting repeat BV, bacterial vaginosis, and you're not knowing what to do about it. He said to go into your gynecologist. You may have what's called amoebilumpus, which a lot of offices are not going to test for that. It's like literally they have to put a swab onto a lab, what do you call it? They have to go under the microscope to see if you have that. But a lot of them, if you just go in and you tell them, listen, I want to try clindamycin cream, clindamycin, I think is how you say it. And you can try that cream. A lot of times that's what you have. You have amoebilumpus. You don't have BV. And so you definitely want to try that option if you're getting chronic BV. Okay. Amoebilumpus is probably what you have. Ask your gynecologist to try clindamycin cream. Most gynecologists will prescribe that even for BV, but this will eliminate the amoebilumpus if that's what you have. Okay. Yeah, I can't stress enough. Now, the other thing is, let's see, where did I put this? I know I wrote this down over here. Yeah, so your pH has been compromised. That's what's happened. And another thing that is a lifesaver, but you don't want to be doing this all the time, because this can ruin your flora too if you're doing this too often. When you feel the start of symptoms of BV coming on, you want to use boric acid. It's called boric acid pills. You can get them at Walgreens. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at Target. And this also you take for 7 days. You take it at night before you go to sleep. This can definitely eliminate your problem. But again, don't overdo that, because that can create kidney issues in the future. All right. Okay. Now let's get into, and also the boric acid pills are also you can use for yeast infections, and they're wonderful for that too. Yeast infections are another thing that these people that are cheating on you are coming back and giving you. Again, if you've not had these problems, you've not switched soaps, you've not switched detergents, you want to check and make sure your partner is not cheating on you, and you want to really make sure of that. Okay. And so the boric acid will also work pretty well for any type of itch. As soon as you start to feel like some sort of irritation, soreness down there, itching, and you're like, oh gosh, it feels like the start of a yeast infection, use the boric acid pills. It will do the same thing, and it will kill it. okay, before it starts and before it's out of control, that you need to go and get a prescription medication for it. Also, I've talked to a lot of women who have claimed that the prescription out there for BV doesn't work. It just keeps coming back. And my theory to that is it's because antibiotics create bad flora in your body too. So you're basically asking for more trouble, in my opinion. I like the homeopathic for most things anyways in my life, and that's the route I go. And it's the route that's helped most people that I work with. Okay. Now we're going to get into, let's say, okay, cystitis. In dealing with UTIs. Now, what's UTI that's happening for you? UTIs are pretty, when you're going to get one of those, because it's pain coming from your bladder. It's frequency of urination. It's that pressure on your bladder, and you start to feel really icky. And a lot of times with UTIs, you can get a fever, you can get the chills. Your body is trying to fight this thing off. Okay, what can you do? Well, UTIs, again, you want to try to hurry up and take something immediately. You want to have something in your cupboard all the time to see if you can't get rid of this on your own within the first 3 days. And hopefully you got it right away on time. So you start to feel those that feeling down there. This is what you want to take. This is the cocktail you need. It's Manos cranberry pills. Okay. The brand I like from a very credible company is the brand Now, NOW. It's the Manos cranberry pills. You want to take 2 of those, and then you want to take your glass of water and put you want to put marshmallow extract in your water. And you can take it up to as much as, if you have a large glass of water that you're taking those Manos cranberry pills with the marshmallow extract, you want to take about 30, you can take 30 drops of that max. And you take that, and then you go ahead. If it's really bad, you could take it even again. Try it again at night. I wouldn't do as much of the marshmallow extract, but you could switch it up. You could split it up. You could do 15 drops in the morning, 15 drops at night. And if you're having a lot of pain, I would do that. Wake up the next day, the pain's going to be subsided a lot. You do it again. Do it for about 3 days, or at least until the pain is gone. You've just gotten rid of your own urinary tract infection all by yourself. This is for men too. Men get urinary tract infections. So keep these things in your cupboards at all times to make sure you're on top of it, so you don't have to pay for medical expenses and going in there and getting on something that's just going to make it worse for you. But if this is not working, you might need to go in. Obviously, don't fool around with it. If the pain is not going away, you could have kidney stones. There could be a host of other issues going on. So you don't want to fool around. Pain means if pain is going on and it's not stopping, you need to get that checked out. Okay. Now, how many of you out there have kept going back for UTIs? Again, all this stuff was happening to me when I was getting cheated on. But you keep going to the doctors to get tested for UTI. They do the urine test, and it's coming back that you don't have a UTI. They're telling you have no infection. How many of you have experienced that? I know a lot of you have. A lot of you are with me on this. Okay. So, you may have what is called interstitial cystitis of the bladder. It means the lining of your bladder has been compromised somehow. And it mimics all the same symptoms as a UTI, except it lasts. You can't seem to get rid of it. You go on antibiotics. It comes back, and it's a mess, okay? And that's probably because, again, if you've gone to the doctor several times, they're testing you for an infection. They're saying you don't have one, but you have all the symptoms like you would have a UTI, the frequent burning, sensation, peeing all the time, that pressure feeling on your bladder. You might have cystitis. And what you need to do for cystitis is completely different than you would do for the UTI, okay? You would want to go and, first of all, get right away on a strict diet. No caffeine, no alcohol, no sugar, nothing acidic like tomatoes, cranberry. That's why you don't want to do the Manos with cranberry pills. You want to make sure you eliminate cranberry, vinegar, anything acidic like that. You don't want to be, having it all. You want to stick to foods, again, that are alkaline to the body and that will not create more inflammation. So your cocktail for this, as soon as you feel these symptoms coming on, and this is like the third or fourth time, and you're feeling like, or you've come back from the doctors, they said you got no infection, and they've given you an antibiotic anyway, and you really don't want to take it, and you're saying to yourself, I don't have an infection. You want to try taking, it's called sodium bicarbonate. You can get it in powder form right on Amazon, and you want to take about 200 milligrams per day until your symptoms disappear. But make sure you switch your diet to alkaline foods as well. Drink a lot of water. And this is kind of the same idea as when people take a teaspoon of baking soda and put it in their water to maintain their health down there. A lot of people do that. This is better for you because it doesn't contain the sodium, which can be too much for us a lot of the time. So it's called sodium bicarbonate. That's what you want to take, 200 milligrams per day in your water. It's not a lot. It's just a little bit of powder you're mixing up with your water until the symptoms go away. Again, I cannot stress to you guys enough the alkaline diet for your health. It is the best thing for your health. If you're experiencing any health issues, switch to an alkaline diet and thank me later. I'm telling you. All right, the next one we got to talk about here. A lot of people in my practice, in the years I've been doing this, okay, have come to me with, the virus herpes, okay? And I just want to tell you all, please do not be ashamed if you pick this up. A lot of you were lied to. Again, your partner was out there doing a series of things you did not know about. I know of so many people that were married to monsters like this who came home and gave them herpes. So I want you to understand out there that you are not alone. And I did a lot of research for my folks out there, and I found something that has worked for a lot of people have come back to me and told me, Tracy, this really worked. So I need to share this with all of you today. Hope you have a pen and paper for all this. Okay. When you are going through a herpes outbreak, now I'm sure you've heard, for a lot of you, you've heard that, you have to stay away from certain foods. Certain foods can create the herpes outbreaks to come on back and for you to shed again. So you want to be staying away from citrus foods, oranges, lemons, and chocolate. You want to stay away from chocolate. Definitely stay away from alcohol, too much caffeine, and of course, stress. Stress will create a herpes outbreak for you. Now, herpes, you can, a lot of my clients that I've worked with have told me, you can feel right away when that's starting to come on. I also lived with somebody years ago who had this, and it's very painful. So here's what you want to do. And again, the clients I've told to do this, they have told me, Tracy, I can't even believe it. This really did work. I did a lot of research on this. And again, okay, so yeah, stay away from foods that have L-arginine in it. L-arginine. So look for that. Do yourself a favor and go take a look online for foods that have L-arginine in it. I believe now, if my memory serves me correctly, there's certain nuts that have L-arginine in it you want to stay away from too. I think it's peanuts. I'm not sure which ones. Definitely double check that for yourself. What you want to be upping and increasing is your L-lysine. So go to the drugstore and buy L-lysine. Have that in your house at all times. Take an L-lysine pill 3 times a day when you're first starting to experience the start of a herpes outbreak. Okay, take that 3 times a day. Then take one of those pills, the L-lysine pills, and crush it up. Okay, you can to crush up pills, you can just take, like, make sure you you can cut it in half, and then you could take a spoon and just try to, dig into the pill, crush the pill up, and you want to add hydrogen peroxide to that, and make yourself a little like mix, a little paste, okay? And that's what you're going to use to put on your herpes sores, okay? Or the area where you feel like you're about to have an outbreak. And you can put that down there. It's not going to harm you. You can put that, anywhere that you're getting sores, herpes sores. You can get herpes sores all throughout your body. So yes, this works. And you do that again, the L-lysine, you can do it, you put it on topically, and then you take it orally 3 times a day until your symptoms go away. And people have sworn to me that, wow, that really worked, Tracy. I didn't even know to do that. So I hope that helps if you have it. And again, guys, don't be afraid either to, leave in the comments any other things that have worked for you, of the things I'm talking about today that might be able to help other people out there. Okay, the next thing we need to talk about. It's a good reminder to all of you that might have forgotten this, might not be thinking this way, but you need to think this way. Okay, sex is very, very serious. Okay, you can get HPV even using a condom, and HPV wreaks havoc on the woman's reproductive system. Okay, it goes up there and it will do things you will not even know until you are going to be needing to go in and getting surgery done because you don't even know that you have HPV. Now, my age group, I was one of the last ages to be able to get the HPV vaccination, which there is a whole study about all the side effects to that. I got it when I was 26, but there's still other strains that I could potentially pick up out there. So that vaccination doesn't, and a lot of people that were older than me, they couldn't get that vaccination. So again, they went on in life, had no idea that their partners were cheating mess, or didn't get themselves checked out, didn't know they have it. A lot of men carry it, and women don't realize it until it's too late, and they have to go to surgery to remove parts of their cervix, and you name it, that can happen and go wrong up there. So again, sex is so serious. You may or may not know this too, but people can have cold sores in their mouth, you guys. They literally can have herpes cold sores in their mouth, and they're not going to tell you that. A real bad person isn't going to tell you that. So you can't be kissing random strangers, and you can't be, tongue in someone's mouth, even a few months into, you don't know this person. And it's serious. Who wants to be dealing with that in their life? Okay? You can get other things from people, you guys, like hepatitis A. Any of the hepatitises you can catch from people. Okay? You got a real dirtbag coming into your house that doesn't wash their hands, and they've got hepatitis. You can get hepatitis A like this. Now, hepatitis A will eventually go away, but for some people, they have chronic issues from that for the rest of their lives. This is nothing to joke about. You might not know this. Yeah, your partner's a dirtbag. They're not washing their hands after they're going to the bathroom, all right, because they're a pig. They're a dirty, rotten scoundrel. And then, they're walking around touching stuff, touching your face, touching your mouth. Yeah. You want to be looking at people's habits. Do they go to a doctor regularly? Do they go to a dentist regularly? Do they take care of their health? Have you seen their paperwork? And here is the biggest one I need to stress to you, all of you. Do not sleep with anyone. Just promise me this, at least, if you can promise me one thing today. Do not sleep with anybody until you have actually seen the actual paperwork in your hand with the date. I've heard of people making up these tests, making them up, pretending to put a doctor's signature on there and give. No, you need to make sure that paperwork is legit. or asked to go to that results, to go down to the doctors with your partner to get those results right then and there. I'm serious. This is serious stuff, you guys. These people can make you deathly sick. And not enough people are talking about this. All right. You need to know who you are dealing with, and do not take them for face value. Some of the nicest guys I've ever known, or they play the nice guy, they were the most dangerous, you guys. They were the most dangerous because they did not take care of themselves. They didn't care. And, everything was about them. They could have cared less if they gave anything to you. They don't even know they have anything, and they don't care if they do. They'll be sitting there with all kinds of symptoms. They're not going to tell you about it. They're not even going to say a word about it because they don't care. All they care about is being a child and doing childish, immature, irresponsible things. It's very serious, and they can make you very sick. And I hope today, if nothing else, I've gotten you guys to really think about this stuff. I hope I've given you some tips and some things that you can do to make sure you're taking care of yourself, you're staying on top of your health. Please, guys, go once a year to at least, even these doctors, they stink, I know, but at least get your blood work done, see what's going on with you, and demand, if you're still not feeling right, you demand that your doctor gets other panels done for you based on your symptoms. You demand that from your doctor. You want to make sure that they have exhausted all efforts to finding out what could be causing you to have the symptoms. There's always a cause to what's happening to you. There's a reason for it. You have to get down to the bottom of what the reason is. But don't forget, guys, that negativity can't survive in a positive environment. So always keep your attitude positive. Always say to yourself, I will rid my body of these things. I will fix the problem. God has got me, and I can do this. Your attitude is the most important thing that you can have throughout whatever may be going on in your life. And that's what you have to remember, and that's what's going to get you to heal. Believe it or not, I'm going to talk more about that this week, but I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Please share this video with anybody that you think this could help. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am TraceFace, and as always, it's time we face the truth together.